everyone, and welcome back to my craft room. My name is Kelsey. I'm also known as Dinosaur Mama, and I'm so happy you're joining me today because today we are going to go over some of my favorite Cricut craft tools. This is something a little different than what I normally do. Usually I focus on a project or I focus on SVG tutorials, which I will have another one coming out very soon. But today I wanted to show you 10 of my favorite tools that I use in almost every craft that I make. And what's great is some of these tools can even be found at the Dollar Tree and they work wonderfully. If you're a beginner Cricut crafter, then you should definitely watch this whole video and decide if you need these tools for your crafts. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps me so much and I love putting out videos every week for you. With that being said, let's look at some craft tools. Let's start with this scraper. This is a plastic scraper. You get it a lot if you do like vinyl decals that you buy or different things that need like a squeegee, but this one's a little bit sharper than the squeegees I like to use for my vinyl crafts. So I save these when they come with other products. I'm pretty sure Tech Wrap also has them, and I will find them on Amazon and link them below. They're nothing special, like they're just plastic scrapers, and I use it in between cleaning my mats to get off any of the little paper bits that may stick to the mat. So it's really for just in between cleanings, and if you're using it when you're cleaning your actual mats with like soap, it's to get off the little bits, if we could see them here. Scrape off all the little pieces. This is our first one, a scraper. This is one of my favorite craft tools, my brayer. I love using this in almost every craft that I make because it helps my materials stick to my mat. So if your mats are a little worn, you should definitely be investing in a brayer. They're only about like $8 on Amazon. I will link this below as well. And it helps you stick your materials to your mats. I'll show you right now. Using this tool is super simple. You just pop your material onto your Cricut mat and you roll. It gets out any bubbles and make sure it's super smooth on your mat for cutting. Definitely invest in a brayer if you haven't already. Definitely invest in a pair of non-stick scissors. They are my favorite. So it's great for cutting tape. They never stick. It doesn't leave that residue on your scissors. So it makes cutting things that are sticky really easily. So non-stick scissors, one of my favorites. So before I mentioned this sharper squeegee type deal, I really call it a scraper more than a squeegee. These are great to have, but for vinyl projects, I highly recommend a little bit of a thicker squeegee. This has a little bit more width on it, if you can tell. So if we look at the difference here at the width, and this will give you a little more pressure and be a little more easy to handle when you're applying vinyl onto your projects. So have a really good squeegee for your vinyl. Speaking in the vinyl theme, I like to use my pointy tweezers. These are super, super sharp. They are great for weeding vinyl. They're also great for paper projects with really small pieces. I highly suggest investing in some really good tweezers. My favorite are by Hobby Captain and they are on Amazon. It comes in a whole vinyl pack with a weeding pen, a vinyl cutter, 2 sets of tweezers. It's a great pack. So these are my favorite tweezers for paper crafting and for vinyl crafting. Speaking of weeding pens, these are great. I must have about 1 million now at this point. They have like a little sharp pen at the end. You can even make these out of a old mechanical pencil and a needle, but these are awesome to have for small parts that you're weeding because they're much thinner than even my really, really sharp tweezers. As you can see, it's literally like a pinhead. Like a pinhead to get into your vinyl. These are great. They come in really cute colors if you want something a little cuter to work with. So a weeding pen, these are great to have. I talked about a vinyl cutter before. So I have 2 vinyl cutters. This is my roll cutter. And then I also have this black vinyl cutter that goes through like in a straight line. I have been using my roll cutter a lot. This is a rotary cutter that I found at the Dollar Tree. So you just press this little button down and then you can zoom around your vinyl to cut it out while it's on the mat. I really like it. It's sharper than you would think, and it's super tiny, and it's only $1.25, so you can't beat that. Speaking of the Dollar Tree, I highly suggest going and buying their exacto knife. It is only $1.25 and comes with 6 different blades. This one has lasted me forever. It's great for if you have a cut that didn't make it all the way through, or if you just want to manually cut something. I mean, they're great to have on hand for any crafting. Switching over to paper crafts, I have a quickstik. What a quickstik is like a little tack on the end that you can lift up and down, and this is going to pick up small pieces. So let me show you, if you're working with diamond dots or sequins, I use these a lot for my portraits. It'll pick it up, and then it has it right here, and then you can pop out this other little edge to kind of place out all your pieces. A quickstik, I love this one. Finally, in the realm of paper crafting, I definitely need to talk about a bone tool. This is kind of like an optional tool. I did upgrade and get one. It's a little hefty, has a pointed edge, and this is literally for making creases and score lines onto your paper projects. So it is a little bit heavier than a popsicle stick, but if you just want to try out a popsicle stick first, that's what I suggest. And then you can upgrade to one of these. They're under $10. But they're great to have for folding cards and making sure you have really sharp edges. A bone tool. So here are 10 of my favorite craft tools that I think that you should think about investing in. I will link all of these below for you to look at and see if it's something you want to add to your craft room. Thank you so much for joining me today as we went through 10 of my favorite craft tools for Cricut crafts. If you learned something from this or found a tool that you liked, or you think I missed a very important tool, please don't forget to let me know in the comments, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as it helps me so much with growing. Stay crafty!